have some stuff to talk about. Yeah, let's start looking over some of this stuff real quick. Thanks for joining.
As you can see behind me, this is the roof the shooter was on. It is a very low roof, and it is very close to the fairground. I mean, it's right here. The president's stage was right over there, 150 yards or something away. And it's no wonder people could see him, because this roof is low. This building is really close in, and it's totally exposed. I mean, right where I'm standing, there were gobs of people. So it's no wonder that lots of folks saw him. The question is, why didn't law enforcement see him get on the roof? Why didn't they see him on the roof? Why didn't they go up and confront him before he started shooting, or before he got on the roof when he was all in this area? It's so close together. It really, it's hard to understand.
The FBI is trying to cover it up, and Josh Hawley is on the case, and he is not going to let this slide. He is making sure he's putting them on notice, because this should have never happened. This should have never happened. You can look it up right now, and you will find photos of then President Barack Obama with bulletproof glass all the way around him. Why wasn't Trump given bulletproof glass? Why isn't every president given bulletproof glass? But regardless, here's a snap of the interview of Howley on with Hannity. So take a look at it.
No, I appreciate all that. By the way, where are you, fellow Democrats? Their silence is deafening to me. Why aren't they more outraged over this?
I don't know. I mean, I just don't get it at all. But I tell you one thing. Today, Sean, when I went to the site, the FBI has got more security on that site now than they did the night that Trump was shot at. I mean, the FBI, totally late. And they're trying to control the information. Sean, they tried to kick me off of the site. They said, get out of here. You shouldn't be on the site. We don't want you here.
Get out of here?
They are trying to control the information. Absolutely. They brought local cops, Sean. Get this. I'm there on site. I had permission from the local security operator to be there, and the FBI came out and said, you have got to leave. We do not want you here. That's what they're trying to do.
They're trying to control it. From the FBI director. I want to hear from the Secret Service director.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to say this is a cover-up attempt. Definitely is, because they failed so hard on this. It's thank God that the bullet missed. Honestly, I can't stress that enough, because Secret Service, that it's coming out that not everyone there were Secret Service. So who's protecting Trump? Trump and his team, they did request additional service. He should have gotten it. There's multiple reports of him requesting additional Secret Service. Every president, once they leave office, they get Secret Service for life. The fact that he was denied is ridiculous. I mean, like, politics aside, you love him or hate him, whatever, how you feel. The fact of the matter is, this should have never happened. He should have had his Secret Service detail. Like, I'm saying enforced. You're talking big dudes that you wouldn't have to question. They should look like they can stop any and everything that comes towards Trump and Trump's way, including his family, because the family gets coverage as well, like his wife, kids, and I believe even the grandkids. But yeah, it's definitely a cover up. You have, and you're going to continue to see a lot of other information. I mean, they even have reports of the failed shooter on top of the roof, where what the FBI and the Secret Service agents were. Like, he was literally on top of them, like right there, and they did nothing. There's reports of a cop that supposedly went up there and then he fell because he didn't have his weapon drawn, or he couldn't get to his weapon because of the way he climbed up there, and then the shooter turned and pointed at him and that caused him to lose his balance. Whatever. BS. I'm calling BS on all of it.
I'm prepared this morning to call on President Biden to fire to Director Cheadle. Yesterday I said that she should resign. It's clear that she has no intention to do so. But the oversight here, the mistakes, the ineptitude, whatever it is, was inexcusable. We almost lost the life of a former president, and I think there has to be accountability, and it begins at the top. This is ridiculous.
Well, by the way, I know, thank God, President Trump is okay. I spoke with Dr. Ronnie Jackson. Congressman Jackson told me that he actually examined the president and his ear will heal. But a man is dead. Okay, Mr. Carpenter is dead. Yeah. The family is mourning a father, a former firefighter. So that in and of itself, doesn't that mean that somebody needs to take some accountability here? Are you going to call President Biden and tell him you want her fired?
Yeah, we'll call him. He doesn't take my calls all the time, but we're going to say this publicly, and it begins on your show this morning, that we need to get that done. Listen, we have to have accountability and we have to have responsibility. The Secret Service has a critical job. The number one job is to protect the president, former presidents, and those who are campaigning for the office in this case, and they did none of that.
8 whole days later, and she's still not gone. Apparently there are talks now at the moment of her resigning by Monday or on Monday, but no, she should have just been fired. That should not stand at all. She was in charge of Secret Service and she failed to uphold her duty to protect a president who was requesting Secret Service.
A source familiar with the investigation tells me that, look, it took a single shot to kill the would-be assassin Thomas Crooks, and that shot came from a Secret Service counter sniper that the source says he described the shot as a 1 in a million type of shot. The counter sniper could only see the top of the scope, his eye and forehead, because the lip of the AGR building that Crooks was on was obscuring that view. We're also told a local police sniper took a single shot as well, but missed. Remember, this building was about 150 yards away from where the former president was standing on that stage, and it had a clear line of sight to the former president. Federal law enforcement sources tell Fox that while Crooks snuck up on that roof, a Butler Township Emergency Services Unit sniper team was looking out of the windows of that same building, watching for any suspicious activity. So how did Crooks get on that roof? Federal law enforcement sources tell Fox that it was initially thought he brought a ladder. However, no ladder was found on site, and we're now told the more likely scenario is that Crooks hid his father's AR-15 near an AC unit, and then he climbed onto that AC unit to get up onto the roof of the AGR building. This, as the Wall Street Journal is now reporting, the shooter was able to fly a drone above the rally site earlier that day. The predetermined flight path, the Journal reports, indicates that he flew the drone more than once to scope out the site. A federal law enforcement source tells Fox the Secret Service was not flying a drone over the rally that day. Senator Josh Hawley says multiple whistleblowers with direct knowledge have come forward saying the rally was being treated as a loose security event.
Yeah, that kid should have never made it. The fact that he even had a drone and Secret Service didn't have a drone, how can you outdo Secret Service, FBI? How are you gonna have better surveillance than them? One 20-year-old kid outdid the Secret Service and FBI. That shouldn't have happened. I should say allegedly, because it's still being investigated whether or not he was acting alone. I personally don't believe he was. That's just too much for one 20-year-old, but despite that, he should have never made it regardless. despite all of that, folks, Trump is still out there campaigning. He is still going to rallies. He just had his first rally today since the failed assassination. So he's in this. All right, he can literally say that he has taken a bullet for this country. Okay, you, of course, he's not the only one to have done it, but he can say that. And since then, wow, just the amount of support that he's received, like more support, like he wasn't hurting for support before, but I truly believe he's bursting out at the seams with support now. And and this is support that you don't even see Biden receiving. All right, like that tells you how much America thinks of Biden and Trump. What? Listen to this audio from this air traffic controller.
7 Alpha Foxtrot. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Trump Force 1, contact departure. Trump Force 1 to departure. Thank you for that, sir.
Now, I don't know about you all, but to me, that feels a little different. I'm not sure if that's a typical routine for air traffic control to say a prayer, but can you say that you've heard air traffic control give a prayer over another president as they're flying or taking off? It kind of feels different. It kind of hits different, right? And to me, it does anyway. So that speaks volumes. So this is Pastor Sawwell. He spoke at the RNC a couple of days ago, and he gave a powerful speech in regards to Trump and God sparing him, and that hit different as well. I've heard he's a really great pastor, and I intend to check out some of his sermons. But listen to what he had to say.
Could it be that when we prayed for him when he came to the round table in Detroit, that Jesus asked and he received, that we sought him and then he found protection? Could it be that the King of glory, the Lord God strong and mighty, the God who is mighty in battle, protected Donald Trump because he wants to use him for such a time as this? If you believe that, come on, put your hands together and give our great God great glory.
There's no denying it, folks. God has Trump. That was a huge blessing, a huge miracle, not just for Trump and his family, but for us as Americans as well. Because that one slight move could have changed everything for everyone, and not in a good way. We've already experienced what it's like to have Obama for 8 years and Biden for 4 years, and that's given us 12 years of Biden. I mean, Biden. Wow, I guess you couldn't say that. Well, regardless, it's given us 12 years and nothing has gotten better. Trump was there for 4 years, and then they came out, took him away, and now he's back. And it is just a powerful testimony. It is a powerful time that we are living in.
He's a threat to democracy. I'm saying, what the hell did I do for democracy? Last week, I took a bullet for democracy. What did I do against democracy? Crazy.
Honestly, like, thank God. Thank God. Thank God. And of course, prayers out for Trump, his family, and Vance, his family. And of course, all of those that were at the rally that were injured. There are a few others that were injured, alongside the firefighter who lost his life. Prayers for his family as well. And of course, just all the way around, folks. Like, I don't even want this to happen at a Biden rally. Okay, like, this stuff should not happen at all. But there's no need for that. You don't have to like. You don't have to go about it and in such a way just because you don't like them. I mean, seriously, don't do that. That's ridiculous. That's horrible. Don't be better than that, okay? All right, folks, I'm out. And appreciate you as always. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.